Coming up on the Angus Report, cattle market adjustments and how producers can plan for changes in the production cycle.
A look at agriculture after the election.
Angus Genetics Inc. reports a record year for genomic testing.
We bring you coverage of the Miss American Angus crowning and memories of the Chicago International.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
And you're sporting a lovely necklace made by your daughter?
Yes, she made it for me for Thanksgiving, so I promised her I would wear it on the show today.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, here we go. Our top news this week. Disruptive cattle markets have caused concern for the overall beef industry in recent months. That leaves many producers wondering what the future might bring. Now, while prices have declined, it is important to understand the market forces responsible for the adjustments. That's according to CattleFax's Mike Murphy, who explains that the next 2 to 3 years will be tight for the nation's cattle producers. But there's opportunity for people who set high genetic standards.
The market correction here in 2016, as we came off of record prices in 2014, there were some real key things as what drove that. Obviously, we had really short supply driven by drought, but also the protein supply shortage with pork and poultry. All three grew significantly in the last 24 months, and now our market's corrected just like all of the protein markets have corrected. So just recognizing that, hey, it's going to be tough for 2 or 3 years, but it's going to get better. We've got to keep in mind that we're going to get more global access. You know, China made an announcement that they're going to look to open to beef at some time soon. And so don't panic about this depressed calf market that we're in today. Just recognize that better things are going to come to us. You just have to manage your business accordingly in the next few years. One of the key things with that, with the Angus Association and relationship back to certified Angus beef, is marketing those branded type calves, right? You're going to get a premium for those kind of calves, and that's really important because you need all the revenue you can generate.
Murphy was a featured speaker during Angus University, sponsored by Merck Animal Health and held during the Angus Convention in Indianapolis. Visit angus.media for more news coverage from the event.
2016 will go down in history as one of the most controversial presidential elections the country has experienced. And as Republican President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take his position as the nation's chief executive, the food and agriculture sector await clarification on his policies and positions. That's according to a recent report from Rabobank that explores agriculture after the election. And the experts say they'll be keeping a close eye on trade, labor, and the upcoming Farm Bill and regulations impacting production agriculture. With Republican-led House and Senate, Rabobank experts expect the development, approval, and implementation of the 2018 Farm Bill is likely to be a smoother process than that of the previous bill. Visit RabobankAmerica.com to view the complete report.
Innovations in genomic technology continue to chart the course for the future of beef production, and helping lead the charge is Angus Genetics Incorporated. AGI reports record growth in genomic profile testing in fiscal year 2016, and for the first time ever, the uptake in genomic testing exceeded 100,000 tests, an increase of about 45% year over year. AGI President Dan Mosier says that's attributed to a growing interest in genomically enhanced EPDs by commercial cattle producers.
We've had a tremendous year, the best ever really for AGI in terms of volume of genomic testing, that we sold over 110,000 genomic profiles with both companies, with both Neogen and Zoetis, to go into Angus genomically enhanced EPDs. And so while it took us several years to get to the first 100,000, we're now at approaching 300,000 animals in the genomic evaluation for Angus. And so, you know, that's really exciting to see the growth and use of that technology. I think that commercial bull demand is a big part of it. I also see Angus breeders using the information in their heifer replacement selection decisions. By testing more heifers all the time, they're seeing the benefit because in a genomic test we get more than a lifetime's worth of accuracy added to EPDs, and so having that information on a young female helps that producer make more accurate mating decisions and ultimately produce a bull that's more desirable to the commercial market.
Visit angus.org/AGI to learn more about applying genomic technology in your operation.
Incorporating technology to improve the genetic quality of your cow herd is also considered a risk management strategy for today's challenging market. A report from the University of Missouri says that striving for high-quality beef can gain top prices for herd owners. MU livestock economist Scott Brown says prices for prime carcasses are less volatile than lower grades of beef, and programs such as Certified Angus Beef help to boost income even in times of low prices. By using technology like artificial insemination to improve key traits, producers can aid in managing risk. Ultimately, Brown says producers should have a plan to remain profitable during uncertain times. Read the complete story from the Angus Beef Bulletin Extra online at angus.media.
Each year, the Certified Angus Beef Colvin Fund provides thousands of scholarship dollars to students looking to make a difference in the beef community. Named after Louis Mick Colvin, CAB co-founder and executive director for 21 years, the scholarships are awarded to undergraduates and one graduate student. Shelby Schiefelbein of Kimball, Minnesota, was among the 2016 scholarship recipients and shares what that means for her future in the beef industry.
I'm lucky enough to be a third-generation farmer. Since 1955, my family's been raising Angus beef cattle in a small town in central Minnesota. I'm extremely honored to be one of the Mick Colvin Award recipients. They gave out 6 scholarships this year to undergraduates. It's a huge help in funding our future and being able to continue our education. And I think Mick Colvin's made it pretty clear that as long as we have hard work and determination, the future of the beef industry is bright. And I'm absolutely looking forward to being a part of it in some form.
Applications for the 2017 CAB Colvin Scholarships are now available online at cabpartners.com and are due back by December 12th.
And finally, the American Angus Association is proud to sponsor one of its own this week at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Matt Reeves of Cross Plains, Texas, is among the steer wrestling contestants competing in the crowning event of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. He also raises Angus-sired calves and partners with his family in the Texas Panhandle to sell on the grid. The Wrangler NFR begins Thursday, December 1st, and marks the 6th time Reeves has appeared in the competition. His last appearance was in 2013 when he placed second, but this year's return is especially sweet after a 3-year hiatus caused by a string of challenges that included losing his horse to a tragic accident and undergoing extensive surgery. Now the Angus Cattleman and PRCA Cowboy has a chance to prove himself again in the ring with his well-known horse, Oat. The NFR runs December 1st through the 10th, and you can keep tabs on the action on our social media channels. We wish all the best to Matt this week.
We go now to Jenna McCrell with a look at what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
The North American International Livestock Exposition is a favorite tradition for many in the Angus business as cattle compete on the famous green shavings. Angus events at the North American in Louisville, Kentucky were held November 12th through the 15th, and the Angus breed was strongly represented with some of the nation's top genetics. Nearly 200 head were shown during the Junior Angus Heifer Show, and Judge Blake Bloomberg of Oklahoma evaluated the entries. In the Roll of Victory Show, 214 head competed for top honors, and champions were selected for ROV bulls, cow-calf pairs, and females. Judge Chris Sankey from Kansas, accompanied by his son Cody, evaluated the entries. Visit angus.org for complete show results, and congratulations to all our exhibitors in Louisville. A new internship opportunity through the Angus Foundation and the Angus Talon Youth Education Learning Program will pair a motivated intern with the Mayor Angus Ranch in South Dakota to give valuable hands-on educational experience for an 8 to 10-week term during summer 2017. Applications are available online at angusfoundation.org and are due back December 1st. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
When we return, meet the 2017 Miss American Angus, Keegan Cassidy from Illinois.
Then a look back at the Chicago International and memories made by livestock enthusiasts.
Visit angus.media to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
The Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the makers of Safeguard Cattle Dewormer. Healthy cattle perform better. Add Safeguard, add pounds. Contact your veterinarian or animal health supplier today.
This isn't a 9-to-5 job. So when you check the pants one last time, put away the tools, and make sure everything's ready to hand off to the night crew. It's not the clock that tells you the day is over. It's the confidence of knowing you got it right. It's having one less thing to worry about when the sun goes down. So when you see the signs of BRD, choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health. Talk to your veterinarian about Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Beef quality is everyone's responsibility, including yours. That's why the checkoff-funded Beef Quality Assurance Program is key to your future. BQA, empowering people because you can make a difference, taking responsibility because it's our job, not someone else's, working together because product safety and wholesomeness is everyone's business. Find out more at bqa.org. Can't wait for your next Angus Journal? We know the feeling. Subscribe today at angusjournal.com. Weaning time is decision time, but how do you know which Angus heifers to keep and which to sell? GeneMax Advantage from Zoetis. GeneMax Advantage is a genomic test that helps you decide with confidence which heifers will perform, and it pinpoints which bulls complement your herd to maximize dependable genetics. GeneMax Advantage is an easy, affordable test with index scores that deliver smart outlier reporting for customized selection and mating decisions. In challenging times, you need an advantage. GeneMax Advantage.